Wait, obviously, could you? So,
Yes, my name is Hui Rong, and I'm currently with Maxeon Technologies, and I belongs to IT department who is handling HR related or corporate office related matters that include HR and QA, quality and assurance team as well.
well,
We just split from SunPower at that point of time, and then we split from SunPower, and then we suddenly have cloned success factor system from US to Singapore. Yeah, it's a clone system without knowing everything in details, why it is configured that way, and whether the system can be used immediately with for Maxeon. Yeah, so that's of course the issues, right? Yeah, we don't have the documentation reasoning behind how the system come about.
and why is that a problem? Problem, right? Problem.
Yeah, because the nature of the business is different, right? That for Maxeon, we are specifically solar panel producer, right? That and we're focusing a lot on that. And then we are no longer a US based organizations, all right? Even though we are still okay, never mind. Okay, so anyway, we are right now Maxeon headquarter in Singapore. Yeah, so definitely we want to make sure that it meets Maxeon's business than the olden days. And then, but the SunPower system or the success factor system that we have copied or cloned from SunPower is kind of like they implemented success factor is like many years ago, like 8 years or more ago. So definitely it is a pretty old success factor system.
So what year is what's your process like? It's like
Given the fact that we immediately suddenly having the independent and at the same time we need to handle the system, right? Of course, we will ask the current vendor whether they are interested to provide the same services for Maxeon, but we are based in Singapore, so we cannot follow your US time zone. And then that is one of the vendor. Then, of course, SAP as a principal, they also have the services arm that is interested to provide the AMS service for us. And then followed by other vendor that providing other service for Maxeon that has the capability to support success factor as well, is interested party that we are invited them as well. And then of course RA and other one more player that interested in Maxeon's success factor AMS deal.
describe your guys working with. What else your guys?
Okay. Earlier I mentioned that the system is old, right? And then the processes also may not be our Maxeon centric, but and I do not have a base to know why they do it that way, etc. But somehow, when we have an issues, I can rely on RA to help me to deep dive, to dissect exactly why it's configured that way, and then then solve the issues, and solve the issues not then only, but they go extra miles to make sure that what is the root cause, and then they settle it and the root cause so that it will not be recurring anymore. Because prior to that, people will tell me that, well, legally, this is how we do it, and we know that ad hoc, this issue will happen, then we will settle there and then.
What tell someone who's
I think maybe just not RA, right? But it's really when you want to have a peace of mind, as you can sleep in peace. You want to make sure that it is a vendor that has that expertise to give that you can rely on. Yeah, that you can rely on, or we call it solution advisor. It's really a provide you an advisor exactly why you design it, why you think that your current design doesn't work, and they can provide you the best practices. And yeah, someone that you can rely on. That is very important in the AMS. Yeah.
what
All right. So prior to that, when we have the closed system, right, they somehow exclude the onboarding because even though in some power they actually have the onboarding modules, okay, but that is a very US centric onboarding, and is onboarding 1.0 version 1. All right. So of course, since we split, and I know that we are no longer US centric, and there is a new modules for onboarding 2.0, or they call it currently onboarding. Definitely, I think that opportunities to immediately implement it Maxeon way instead of copy and then try to settle the issues.
so but what was the old
The old way, is quite how to say, manual. All right, manual process that and then there is no way to do the tracking, and then we want to make sure that um our candidate has amazing onboarding experience. Yeah. So yeah, we want to make sure that we have that experience that is very important and is key for us.
company?
Okay. So during the olden way, we kind of again, we have the combination modules, but it is really a lot of manual work to do. Like say, for example, we got the uh, download the employee particulars and then upload to the compensation when we have that compensation cycles. Then after that, after the cycle is over, all right, even before the over, right? Because when we do a compensation cycle, it takes time, right? That it takes time. So during that period, maybe it's 1 or 2 months. During that period, maybe the managers has already resigned, or maybe a transfer and etc. When you have it as a two separate system, so definitely you need to do a lot of manual activities in both system, right? Okay, yeah. So that is how we run a compensation previously. But with the recent launch in 2022 pay planning cycle, we have it is that it's really an integrated compensation system. Yeah.
What
Yeah, naturally, of course, because during the AMS, they are someone that you can trust and someone you can rely on. So naturally, I feel that, okay, since you can handle my AMS that well, you have the right consultant in their respective modules. So why not RA implement that modules for us as well? All right, then eventually, again, I have a peace in mind that they will make sure that the design is the right one, because at the end of the day, they will be the one who provide the support for Maxeon.
For other companies.
Um, transparent and being open for both parties. All right, like for both parties, exactly what is your expectation? All right, in the AMN, whether you really have people that you are going to grow, or you want to completely rely on them. Yeah. So we need to spell out in details, because then both parties have the right expectation even before upfront. Yeah. Upfront. So I think that is very important when selecting the right vendor for your AMS.
Okay, cool.
Can or not?